For decades, bringing a digital idea to life meant one thing: learning to code. It meant mastering complex languages, spending endless nights chasing down syntax errors, and watching your imagination slow to a crawl behind lines of logic. But what if that barrier, all those rules, all that friction could just disappear? Imagine creating not through keystrokes but through pure expression, where you describe what you feel, the mood, the energy, the world you want to build, and something else does the rest. No code, no barriers, just creativity flowing straight from mind to reality. Sounds impossible, right? It's not. This transformation is already underway, and it has a name: vibe coding, a new way of building where ideas become actions and emotion becomes instruction. Vibe coding isn't just another tool, it's a creative revolution. It empowers anyone, artists, designers, entrepreneurs, to build instead of just imagine, to turn sparks of inspiration into living, breathing digital worlds. And the truth is, this is only the beginning. For decades, programming was simple in principle, but brutal in practice. You had to tell the computer exactly what to do, line by line, step by step. Every bracket, every semicolon, a single mistake, and everything collapsed. But something's changing. What if coding didn't have to be code? What if you could just tell a computer what you want, not how to do it? Welcome to vibe coding. Yeah, a new way of creating. Instead of typing commands, you describe your vision. You tell the AI your mood, your idea, your creative direction, and it builds everything. The logic, the layout, the code on its own. You provide the what. AI handles the how. It understands your intent, not just your words. It listens to tone, emotion, and style. We will be using Hercules, which is vibe coding powered website, for today's demo. So let's put this to the test with a simple, tangible example. We're going to start from a completely blank canvas and build a classic game, but with our own unique twist. This is where the real power of vibe coding shines. It's not just about building something functional, but about infusing it with a specific feeling or aesthetic right from the very first instruction. I'll tell the AI, make a snake game where the snake glows blue every time it eats. Now notice the prompt. The first part, make a snake game, is a standard instruction. The AI knows the rules, the mechanics, the win-lose conditions. But the second part, where the snake glows blue, that's the vibe. It's an aesthetic command, not a technical one. The AI immediately gets to work interpreting both parts of my request. In just a few seconds, it scaffolds the entire project. It generates the core game logic for movement and collision, and there it is. A fully playable game. It sets up the visual assets like the snake and the food and writes the code for the animations. It understands that the glow effect needs to be triggered by the eat event. But what if I want to iterate? Let's change the vibe. I'll add another prompt. Okay, now make the background pulse with a subtle red energy and make the snake faster. Instantly, the AI modifies the existing code. It doesn't start over. It intelligently injects the new style and adjusts the game's speed parameter. You didn't need to know a single line of code, hunt for a variable, or understand rendering pipelines. You just had to describe your vibe, and the AI handled the rest. This is the magic of vibe coding, turning a simple feeling or a fleeting thought directly into interactive functional software. So how does all this actually work? Behind the scenes, vibe coding runs on something called large language models, the same powerful AI brains behind tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. Think of them as super smart digital assistants that have read almost everything on the internet: books, websites, and even lines of code. They've learned so much that they can now understand how humans think, write, and create, not just repeat information. But here's what makes them really special. They don't just remember facts like a giant library. Instead, they understand how words connect and what they mean together. It's like the difference between memorizing every word in a dictionary versus knowing how to write a great story. These AI models don't just know the what, they understand the why. So when you type a request like make a website where the button changes color when I hover over it, the AI doesn't just grab some random code from the internet. It actually breaks your idea into smaller parts, like website, add button, color, and hover. Then it figures out exactly what you're asking for and how those pieces should work together. In short, it gets the intention behind your words. Once the AI understands your idea, it translates it into the language computers speak. For a website, that might mean using HTML to build the button, CSS to make it look good, and JavaScript to make it move or react. The amazing part, it writes that code in seconds, clean, organized, and ready to use. It's like watching your imagination turn into something real. Instantly, you can think of vibe coding like having a translator between you and the computer. You explain your idea in plain English, and this AI translator instantly turns it into working code. It's like working with a developer who understands your creativity first and handles the technical details for you. You focus on what you want to make, and AI figures out how to make it happen. So who's making vibe coding possible right now? Tools like GitHub Copilot, Replit AI, Cursor AI, and Codeum already let you code by describing what you need. ChatGPT and OpenAI's O1 model go even further, reasoning through your idea before writing a single line. This is the shift from auto-completion to auto-creation. What does this mean for the future? It's not the end of programmers, it's the beginning of creative coders. Instead of debugging syntax, developers will focus on ideas, design, and logic. Even non-programmers will be able to create apps and games by describing them. It's not the death of coding ke dukar. It's the birth of collaboration between humans and AI. Of course, not everyone's celebrating. Some fear that vibe coding will lower code quality or create security issues. But history shows every new tool, from assembly to Python to no code, expanded what we can create. Vibe coding is simply the next step in that evolution. So what would you build if you could code anything just by describing your ideas? Drop your wildest AI project idea in the comments. I might feature it in my next video. And if you love discovering how AI is reshaping the world of coding, art, and creativity, like this video for more reach, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest and most advanced trends in the AI space. Thanks for watching, and remember, the future of programming isn't about syntax, it's about vibe.